Уже под ножками хрустит уже, смотри. Ой-ой-ой. Ой-ой-ой, смотри, что происходит.
Новогодняя новогодность.
Я убегаю.
Знаешь, что происходит?
А?
Division is happening.
What's up, guys? Nolan here, and we just heard from Nikita and the guys at BSG where they started a snow event in-game and gave us a bunch of info about what's to come in the next year or so, so let's get started. If you have any questions, I'm live on Twitch right now with drops for Tarkov, so come by the stream, link in the description, comments, and on the screen right now. So yep, every map has snow right now. Nope, that didn't just happen. It actually did just happen when I'm recording this, but it did happen today. That is new, and that's supposed to be happening. Your steps will be louder, and your frames are going to drop a little. View distance will be reduced as well because, you know, it's like snowing. You're going to not be able to see that far, and hopefully it's not going to be like every raid that it's snowing, but it is pretty difficult to see pretty far, and maybe there's going to be like times where it's like blizzarding and sometimes where it stops, stuff like that. I hope there's going to be variation. I'm assuming there's going to be variation. We'll have to wait and see. But on that note, Nikita did confirm at the same point that there are going to be seasons in the game now. It was previously discussed that that's going to be a DLC, but I guess it's just in the game now, so we can expect, you know, seasons. Well, from now on at least. We'll see what it turns into, or we'll see what the variations are. We'll see how it meshes from season to season, but this is all brand new to us. I had no idea this was even happening. I thought that this was going to be DLC. So another cool thing they did today. Very big release today. Everybody who owns Arena, so if you have Edge of Darkness or if you've purchased Arena separately, should have access to Arena right now. They have opened it to everybody. The servers then went down immediately because all of the people were trying to play at the same time, so expect problems trying to get in, and the desync is probably going to be, you know, respectable when you do get in. Nikita specifically wanted to make a big deal out of making sure that everybody understood that this is still a test. We are here to test things, and you need to try and have fun with the testing of these things. If you're not, go try out the base game, but, you know, it's going to be the first weekend of the wipe here, so I'm sure that both of these are going to be on fire now that everybody has access. Just try to enjoy what you can.
How hard to actually balance it, but guys did the great work to have this initial concept of the balancing and the presets, and I think that if you are just playing the arena to have fun, it's enough for you to have fun actually right now. But of course, if you like focused into the, like, you know, competitive part of the game, it needs to be balanced perfectly. And if we will actually achieve that level of balance with all of the presets and everything, it will be something unachievable that never done before in such game, and such game doesn't exist. So you must understand that it's still the experimental stuff for us, and it all needs to be done correctly. For example, we just implemented the new mechanics like the shoulder swapping and vaulting.
The gear score matchmaking for Arena should be working now. There have been a lot of reports of people getting way better games, at least when it's their first few games, because there were a few waves earlier today and last night. So a lot of people got to test that out. They didn't see as many alt-ins and stuff like that. But something to keep in mind is that the base matchmaking right now is based off of ranked game modes. We do not have the unranked game mode yet. So you are going to be matching against people who are at your skill level and hopefully at your gear level. So it might be difficult to find both, but now that everybody has access, you should be good to go. Something to think of too, if you have another account and you want to like restart or something like that, because wiping your account does not work. Wiping your base game account does not work for Arena. You'll still have that progress if you've made some progress. Check to see if you have another account, because if it is EOD or if you've bought Arena for it, then you should now have access, so just play the other account. Also, they did add a new map a couple days ago, but it is only for the tournament mode. So if you want to play the new map, you have to play the tournament mode. If you log into Arena before January 5th, you will receive an extra 1.5 million rubles for it, so make sure you grab that. As I was mentioning earlier, Arena is still seen as early access testing phase. There's still a lot more that's yet to be implemented. Most of this is planned for Q1 of next year. There will be 3 new game modes on top of unranked mode, while the ranked mode will continue to be balanced and tuned. There's 4 more maps coming along with a lot more new presets while balancing the old presets, and they will rethink the unlock progression too, so a bit more changes there. Along with that, they want to wipe Arena either before or with the linking of Arena to the base game in Q1 of next year. So to be clear, they will link sync Arena to the base game. So your base game PMC will be the PMC that you're using in Arena sometime in the next 3-ish months, and it will include a wipe. Now, for everything else we were told, which wasn't a whole lot, but you know, definitely some stuff that we got to mention here. We're not going to get another Chronicles of Rizzy episode until next year. Gonna have to wait a little bit for that. BSG might add something where you fight over an airdrop worth of loot in Arena, but it was just an idea for extra loot, not a done deal or even planned at this point. It's just to let people think on the idea and stuff like that. So let me know what you think. BSG are doing a massive overhaul to the look of the game next year, where they will have the game looking much different, all on Unity 23. Obviously, lots of promises and talks and soon TMs with that one.
The next year, we plan to do several things. At least 2 of it is pretty big. The first thing is we're gonna redo the whole visuals of the game. So the new graphics and everything, the new vegetation, the new look and feel of the game. Finally, it will be look like something beautiful, I guess. But we will see. And it all will be done, of course, on Unity. The almighty Unity. God help us.
So we'll see what it actually ends up looking like when it's finished. I will add, though, something that's included in Unity 23, and at least the, the package of that engine is ray tracing. So maybe we really will see a different Tarkov, when the time comes. As always, I will stay optimistic until it breaks my sanity completely. BSG's goals next year involve a lot of important work that we won't get to see until full release. We will see the graphics and small feature additions here and there, but apparently they will start focusing on the final pieces of gameplay loop behind closed doors, because it involves the lore, of which they are going to keep secret until the full release of the game, meaning that they will finish the game's lore, where we will actually be able to escape from Tarkov without allowing us to see it or test it because they consider it spoilers. I have to be honest, that sounds like a recipe for disaster, so I hope to God they find a way to soft launch that or something, because I don't know how that doesn't go badly if the first time that we all see it is the final time, aka the main launch of the game, and we only really get to do that once. If you guys are listening, BSG, we have to find a middle ground and test the functionality on that stuff. Maybe find like an extra way that doesn't even really make sense. And even if it's just us and there's a sign there that says, hey, you've escaped from Tarkov, that's good enough. Just let us test the functionality so that we can give feedback on it. I really hope that we find a middle ground for that stuff. Anyway, Terminal will be the final location, speaking of escaping from Tarkov, to be added to the game, where it will work differently and play a bit more like a single player experience. That was a direct quote from Nikita there during the stream. He said it's going to play a little bit more like a single player experience. We have heard about some stuff like that in the past, and I have some ideas around that, which I will make a separate video for, because it's going to involve a lot of speculation and stuff that might have been cut for time and stuff like that. Ground Zero is going to be changing. They've decided that it's too cool to stay limited, so they will change it to be 2 levels. If you're below level 15, you will match with people that are below level 15, and if you are above 15, you guessed it, you will match with people that are above level 15. They mentioned something about some new shoreline quests. I'll try my best to track those and keep everybody updated. My guess is there's loads of people that are going for Lightkeeper as well, but I'm far away from that stuff. I'm only level 16 right now. Stay tuned to my Twitter and Discord, because as always, once people do find it, once they share what they're finding, I will share it with you guys. With all this put together and listening to how the devs were talking during the interviews on stream, I am confident that they plan to fully release this game either 2025 or even with the new year next year, as in like late Q4 next year. But that's some pretty hard copium, and I agree, I don't want them to rush anything, even though it has been 8 years of development already. It's a big game. That launch is not confirmed, let me be clear, by the way. That's just my theory, which I've been known to clown around from time to time with. But for real, I bet there's a whiteboard somewhere in those BSG offices right now with a big circle around a month in Q1 2025, if not exactly a year from now. And that's based off of the way that they are discussing these things. It's the way that they are structuring these patches. That is my theory right now. It is not confirmed. That's everything from the stream. It was mostly just to say thanks and, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that stuff to everybody, and give a couple updates. Again, I am live on Twitch right now if you have any questions, and I have Tarkov drops going. Appreciate all the support as I go for Twitch partner. I did apply yesterday, so thank you for the support so far. This is a massive step for me, so again, really appreciate it. To support what I do otherwise, click the buttons on the screen, check out my other channels for other games right here. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.